Alright, hello everyone and welcome. It has been quite a while since I've had the chance to make a YouTube video, so right off the bat just want to say thank you to anyone and everyone who's joined the channel and everyone who's stuck around. And with that said, I have been so excited to get playing Flight Simulator 2020. I recently got the game, but I have not had enough time on my hands to either make a video or play the game, so I've got some time this weekend. It's Labor Day weekend, so I'm going to do some of both. I figured that was the best way to combine what I wanted to do with Flight Simulator and a hobby of mine that I've let slide, which is YouTube. So with that said, I'm going to kind of start getting into it. So what I was thinking for a video idea, it might be kind of fun, is a complete novice myself. I've never played any flight simulators, trying to get the 747-8 as high as I possibly can, try and figure out what its flight ceiling is. Hopefully I can do so in a nice region. Obviously the game itself looks amazing, so there should be some cool terrain to go over. And really I'm just going to try and see how high I can get it. It might be entertaining to watch a novice try and do this, and we'll kind of see how it goes. I have experimented a little bit with the game, but not much. I'm going to be using a controller for this, because the keyboard inputs are actually really bad from my experience. So I'm going to be sticking with a controller, and all you actual simmers out there can call me out and tell me how horrible that is, or why the keyboard inputs are bad for you as well, if they were bad for you. So let's get into this. Let's see how I can handle it. And I will just say, this game, I am incredibly impressed with this. Also, I am still running my Ryzen 3600X with my RX 5700 XT. And those parts are a joke now, thanks to the 3070 that was just announced by NVIDIA, which will be launched at $500 and beats the 2080 Ti, which can barely handle this game at max settings. So that will be something interesting. Also, I think it's worth mentioning I got the deluxe edition for this version because it was subsidized as a birthday present. So that's also exciting. I get a few extra planes, a few extra airports, one of which is SFO. I'm from the Bay Area, so it's nice to have a local airport built out. Evidently it was handmade, so that will be cool to see. I actually haven't yet flown out of SFO, so that might be my opportunity to do so right now. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. You can do it. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's just get right into this. I'm going to go to world map here. San Francisco International. We'll set this as our departure. And then for our plane, we're going airliners. And we are going 747-8. So our number to beat is 43,100 feet. We're going to see if we can beat 43,100 feet. And I imagine we can, but I don't know at what point the simulated physics will just say no more. So we'll find that out. All right, so we've got our 747 selected. We've got our departure airport selected, and we're not choosing a destination because we're just flying this thing until it's too high to let us go any further. So let's see if I can handle this here. First transatlantic flight by the Boeing 747 was on January 22nd, 1970. That's 50 years ago. That is pretty incredible. Obviously, there have been a lot of iterations of the 747, but that is just an incredible lifespan for a plane. No, here we go. It's about to be the moment of truth. I am really excited, actually, to see what SFO looks like as a handmade airport. Ooh. It is big time stuttering. Big time stuttering here. Alright, takeoff is cleared. I'm gonna hit ready to fly here. Alright. So I have my brake engaged. To disengage, I hit Y and B here together. And then to throttle up, what I do is I hold down A. And I'm just using an Xbox controller here, so that's why you're hearing those letters. Alright. Sounds about right. Sounds about like a 747. Although I haven't been in a 747 since I was in 3rd grade. Alright. So I'm gonna take off here. We are in the air in a 747. This is exciting. Alright. So I am actually going to decrease throttle. See, it says we want to maintain 70% throttle. Looking at the map here, we have cleared the runway. Probably want a little more throttle than that. That's probably about what we're looking for. Alright, and then what we're going to want to do, probably take a bit of a turn here. Not sure how safe this is. Oh, this is really cool. I'm actually gonna check out what it's like. Oh! My landing gear is down still. That is a problem. There we go. Hopefully that'll help. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Alright, time to throttle up and see what we can do here. Alright, I want to get these engines at a safer throttle amount. I think we'll save all the top throttle for the top elevation here. And right now our altitude is pretty modest. I think something needs to be done about that. So this is us flying over the Pacific here. Pretty beautiful. Again, this is actually kind of familiar territory for me. I'm a Bay Area child. So I've certainly been in this area plenty. Evidently there's a point of interest that I can focus on by hitting X here. That's pretty cool. Oh dear. It's weird to control myself mirrored like that. That was kind of bad. Alright, there's Half Moon Bay. I guess we can just fly south here. Although I might actually be interested to fly north. I'm very familiar with the flight/drive south because I go to school in San Diego and I live in the Bay Area, so that's really familiar territory for me. I think I'll go north. See what that part of the Pacific is like. This is the most stable plane I have flown in this game so far, I will say that much. Feels very stable. It's a lot more comfortable to fly than the other ones that I've been working with. This guy really wants to bother me about something, but I don't know what it is. I'm not good at paying attention to the air traffic control, at least not yet. And I have no clue how to respond, but oh my god. This game is just beautiful. I cannot believe this, honestly. That is just absolutely incredible. There's even texture on the ocean. Like there are different currents and reflections and patterns and things like that. This is truly incredible. This is actually amazing. I haven't really taken the time to just appreciate the graphics of this game. And again, I'm on a 5700 XT. This thing cannot even come close to handling the full graphical prowess of this game. And again, I know that because the 2080 Ti's can't even handle this game. So I'm actually excited to live vicariously through whoever buys the 3090 when that comes out, because that is going to be some incredible graphics to look at. Alright, but here we are. We're now at 9,000 feet. And we're doing good on fuel. I think I left the tanks at 50% to start with, so that's not going to be a problem. We'll definitely run out of sky to climb before we run out of fuel to burn. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the trim higher. That way we'll just be consistently going upwards. So I'm going to actually remind myself the controls for that. I forget already. So actually we want controls here. And then we want, I think it's flight control surfaces. Okay, so we do Y plus the D-pad. Not talking to you, Siri. Y plus the D-pad. Okay. And then we're just gonna turn that elevator up here. I just hit it 3 clicks. We'll see how that goes. We'll see what that does for us. Oh, that's... took a second to react, but it feels like I'm definitely pointing higher into the sky now. I feel like, yeah, I think that's actually probably a good angle to maintain here. And then this throttle amount, again, I messed around with the game a little bit before this, and it seemed like that if you just held the engines at complete full throttle the entire time, it added a point of failure when other things started to get stressed, and it would actually not like that. So I'm going to keep it there for now. And then once we start getting higher, if we need to really push to get above that 43,000, which is the goal here, to beat the supposed flight ceiling of the 747, then I will add to this. But I will just say that one of the things I'm most excited for in this game is actually the third-party content. And specifically with that, I really want to be able to fly an SR-71 Blackbird in this amazing looking graphics environment. And eventually, probably a couple years out, I would like to do that on a more capable gaming rig. And by more capable, I mean about the best graphics a gaming rig could put out. Last transmission, ATC says. I'm not mad about it. They were kind of annoying. We really aren't gaining elevation all that quickly, although I notice it kind of comes in bursts, which is weird. I don't totally understand that behavior, but that's probably because I'm not an airline pilot or a pilot of anything at all. Air traffic control services terminated. Not mad about it again. I highly doubt any of the people who would watch this video would be mad about it either. And I laugh because I don't imagine many people will watch this video. Alright. I kind of want to give it more throttle, but I don't know if that's the best decision. In fact, it's probably not the best decision. I don't think I'm on autopilot. Well, you know, my elevation is still going up, so I think I'll leave it as is for now. I really kind of have to mess with the left stick here actually to keep it balanced, because the plane tends to actually go back and forth a bit. You might not notice it if you're watching this, but it's kind of tilting back and forth. Alright, so we're kind of going over... I suppose that's Napa Valley there. Definitely working our way up towards Northern California. Some people would consider the Bay Area to be Northern California, but honestly, the Bay Area is just the Bay Area. I don't think that's Northern California at all, because when you get into what's really Northern California, you realize it's almost a different state. Because, quite frankly, the way of life is so different, the people are so different. And I have learned to love and appreciate both. I quite like being in San Diego as well, but I don't think all of Southern California is for me. Because the LA traffic, it just wouldn't happen. Not to mention, I just can't handle clusters of people. Not quite the way some people can. So either I forgot how to change my throttle, or my controller just isn't working anymore. Because I'm pressing A and holding it, pressing B and holding that, and nothing's happening to my throttle. I don't necessarily want it to when I'm pressing B, but I do want to know that I'm able to control my throttle, so it's weird that I'm not. I'm actually going to switch into the cockpit here for a second. See if I can do anything about that. It's pretty amazing just looking around the cockpit here. This game is it's just incredible. I mean, just look. It really feels like we're flying here. Oh, this is just amazing. Gonna right myself here. Go back out. Again, not sure why my throttle is not moving around here at all. I'm just gonna double check my controls because it's possible I forgot, but I think something might be messed up with that. See, flight control surfaces, primary. Brakes, why would that be there? Control timing surfaces. Oh, that's a problem. I don't know if I ever brought my flaps up. I am going to make sure my flaps are up. Oh dear. Alright folks, so we are taking a little dip in the elevation there. I don't think the passengers would fly on this airline again after a maneuver like that, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm holding left bumper to bring up the flaps, and it appears to me that nothing is happening. There we go. The flaps just take a long time. So what I'm going to do is drastically increase the yaw. There we go. Oh boy, the plane did not like that. You know, I think we're going to have better luck for having the flaps actually secured in a proper place now. And this is a real problem. You know, the yaw control is really difficult because, not the yaw control, but the elevator trim, I should say, is really difficult because you set it and it reacts so late to you setting it. So, but obviously that's user error. It is the way it is for a reason, I'm sure, and a good one. So I'm just gonna have to get used to that. Well, I think that might be the part where it either is very frustrating to watch a novice play this game, or it's kind of entertaining. So, hopefully for anyone watching out there, it is the latter. And I actually have no clue what that sound is. I'm going to go into the cockpit. That is so weird. I have no clue what that sound was. The second I went into the cockpit, it was gone. Yeah, but my throttle control's still not doing anything. Very weird. My elevation is now increasing at a decent rate. Hopefully that continues. And now I will hopefully remember in the future to pay attention to my flaps. That was dumb. I actually have no idea what that readout on the right-hand side is. I think I want that to be high as possible though. And it's not very high. It is decreasing. Can it go upward now? Yes, good. Increase. Yes. That must be something to do with the feet climbed per minute or something like that. Or the feet to be climbed per minute or something like that. Yes, keep going up. Very good. Very good. Alright, 25,000 feet. That's a good margin to beat. That's a good margin to cross. Alright, so here I am. Alright, now we're kind of moving. Alright, and that number is starting to go down again. I'm just interpreting the number with no actual knowledge of what it means. But it's going down again, and I want it to go back up, because when it was higher, I was climbing at a faster rate. So I decreased the elevator trim by a little bit so that my climb would be shallower. And that seems to have counteracted it a bit earlier than it did last time, because if you remember last time, that number didn't start increasing again until it was down to 400 when I didn't touch the elevator trim at all. So, oh, and it didn't go as high either. Really not sure what to think about that. But we are now at going on 28,000 feet here. There we go. We crossed 28,000 feet. And we have some real altitude here. I'm still just following kind of the California coastline here. I have no clue if I'm even getting close to Oregon here or what. Because my frame of reference is off, because I never fly north. I have not flown anywhere north since I was probably 6 years old, maybe. Long time. Might be something on the to-do list. But for now, there's Flight Simulator. And that'll do just fine by me. And if we can keep on this trend of actually ascending, which hopefully we can, I will eventually cross. I don't want to say it before I do. There we have it. 30,000 feet. All right, that's exciting. And then I think what I'm going to do is kind of curve with a coastline here. This is so cool. Wonder what our speed is. I don't even know where to check that. Oh, there it is. Airspeed. 296. Cool. 256 kites. I'm guessing that's knots. Nautical miles per hour. 459. That's pretty good. It's a decent speed. But it's not giving me a number in blue there. I don't know why that is. And it's also not letting me change or decrease or increase my throttle. And I don't know why that is. Am I on autopilot? I have no idea. I don't know how to change this. I might even have to pause here to try and figure out what exactly is going on, because I do not know. The passengers of this plane are probably wondering, A, will they land alive? If this plane had passengers, the answer would be no. I hope I'm not. This isn't like a voodoo plane or something like that. Because if I'm controlling a real flight like Ender's Game, these people aren't going to make it. Sorry to say it, but these people are not going to make it. Alright, so here we are. We're still kind of following the coastline. We are actually ascending still, which I'm excited to see. And we are actually kind of starting to approach the flight ceiling of this plane, the technical flight ceiling, at least according to this game, which is 43,000 feet. We're now at 33,000 feet and change. So we're actually a decent part of the way there, which is super exciting. Ooh, that vertical velocity, or I'm not sure what that number is, but again, I think I want it to stay positive, and it's getting close to 0. There we go, we're starting to hover. Come on. 405, 415, 420, going up. Yeah, go up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh man, this game is so beautiful. Just so incredibly beautiful. Why? Because this world is so incredibly beautiful, and it's really cool to appreciate it from the sky like this, which is not an opportunity everyone gets all the time, myself included. I don't know about you folks, but I am one of those people that sits there on the airplane staring out the window, and people read their book awkwardly, pretending not to think or worry that I am looking at them. But don't worry, just keep reading your book. I'm not looking at you. I just like looking out the window when I'm on the plane. But admittedly, it is kind of awkward because I am 6'5", so I like the aisle seat. But what that means is I always have to look across people to see out the window. So people may not appreciate that. But you know, I don't really care. I just like to see what's going on in the world, while also having a chance to not be completely destroyed by the seat in front of me, physically speaking. There we go. We're starting to get a little positive movement there. Keep up with that. Come on, come on. Keep ascending. Keep on ascending here. Oh man, this is so cool. Also, I will say that Central California and even out to the coast, it's just really dead. And it's so cool to see all the green, the lush green that you actually get some of in Northern California, and there's some of it in the Bay Area. But it's just not quite the same. Hard to complain though, anywhere has its gives and takes no matter where you live. Might have good job opportunities, might be super expensive to live there. Might have not great job opportunities, but be super cheap to live. And some places, like California, have incredibly high non-recoverables, which is basically just taxes. And everywhere you have your thing, everywhere is a give and take. That's just my weird Flight Simulator 2020 2 cents. Alright, we're climbing slowly, but we are climbing. I wish that A, we would be climbing faster, and B, that I could increase my throttle. I still don't know how to increase that more. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, honestly. I've got to figure that out. Oh dear, we're losing altitude. Come on. Come on, don't lose altitude on me. We need you to gain altitude here. We're not getting to our flight ceiling by losing altitude, Mr. Boeing 747. And really, I want to surpass that flight ceiling. But that's not going to happen if I can't go to full throttle. So I need to figure out how to go to full throttle. Alright, I'm actually going to pause for a moment to figure out how to go to full throttle and why it might be stuck. So I will be back momentarily. Alright, so it's telling me that throttle can be increased with F3, so I'm just going to go back and try to increase throttle with F3 here. That's not working either. That's really cool. Alright. Alright, we're just going to start pulling up on the stick a bit. See if that does anything for us. It did a little bit, but now that number's going down pretty drastically. We'll see what we can maintain it at. Alright, so we're almost breaking 40,000 here. I don't want to lose altitude, so I'm going to dip the nose a bit here. And then pull back up a bit. I honestly have no clue what I'm doing. Again, if I had throttle control of the plane, this appears to be some kind of bug because I was looking on forums and it appears some people have similar issues where they just can't get it to where they just can't control the throttle anymore. Which is just ridiculous, because that's kind of an important part of this game. So, since the entire point of this video has been kind of defeated, I am just going to do something fun. This is fun. This is very fun. I like this. The airframe seems to handle it okay. I don't think it's liking how fast it's going, or how incredibly quickly we are losing altitude, but I like it. I think it's pretty cool. These people are not gonna be very happy with their landing from their pilot today. Well, you know what? That makes me feel satisfied because I've sufficiently punished the Microsoft virtual passengers for not letting me control the throttle. Alright. Well, I probably will never upload this video, but if I do, and if I did, thank you for joining for it. And see you in the next one, hopefully. I do hope to continue to make Flight Simulator 2020 videos, because it is a fun game. It is a really cool game. Obviously, there are quite a few bugs. They really push this thing out quickly. So, there are probably going to continue to be bugs like this, unfortunately. And I will deal. We will deal. And we will still appreciate this game for what it is, because it is pretty incredible. Alright, that said, thanks for joining. Consider subscribing, liking the video, joining for the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.